Entering new system. Sensors have recorded shipping and resupply activity. This shipping will be destroyed. The collective must grow. An outpost will be established from which to launch raids against shipping. Assimilate indigenous technologies. Destroy the shipping. Clear the system. The collective must grow.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Star Trek Armada 2. This is mission 23, and it's the first mission where we get to go full on Borg, pretty much. We still don't get the high-end Borg stuff, but we get good enough stuff. As you can see, I sent my detector off, and he has found a dilithium moon for me, so we're going to head over there. I do have a cube available to me, but don't get excited, I can't use the holding beam. So that's a little bit unfortunate because the cube is amazing, and obviously when it's fully upgraded it just becomes completely and utterly foolish, but for some reason my assemblers moved incredibly quickly there. I don't know why, they usually do loaf, but I don't know, something in the game caused them to go a little bit nuts. Anyway, Nexus and resource processing node are the most important things, and one of the gimmicks for this level that you will notice immediately is that I have no way of getting metal. I don't have a recycler either, so therefore I cannot even just mine a load of dilithium and convert it to metal. So we are in a little bit of an unfortunate situation here. Still, I'm going to build my modification centre and my shipyard ASAP. You'll notice the Borg really don't have the word restraint in their vocabulary as far as their building sizes go. These buildings are enormous. Unfortunately, this is another level where you kind of have to stay put in the beginning. If you just go on randomly scouting, you could trigger a really big attack from the guys in the area, and that's something we don't really want to do. But because we are going to be up against Romulans in this mission, I am going to build some sensor turrets because they're going to be really, really important at this point. And the second important thing are going to be assimilator class vessels. I'm going to need a lot of them. So, very much like the first couple of missions as the Borg, I'm going to be relying heavily on assimilators for the early part of the mission, and then dumping them later in the mission when I get decent stuff on my side. Oh, looks like the Romulans have shown up. A couple of weak ships here. These are the artillery ships, I believe, so they are not going to last very long at all. And in fact, there they go. Raptor class ships, I believe they are. I've got an interceptor bugging out there for whatever reason. And one thing you'll notice when the Borg cube fires, and I didn't really notice this first off, the Borg cube's disruptor beam is incredibly powerful. It just, like, for a medium class ship, it'll just drop its shields in one shot, and that is really, really powerful. The tactical cube's obviously even more powerful, but I can't get those yet. But it really made me realise it when I started watching this playback at how much damage that beam disruptor does. It's incredible. Looks like more than its photon torpedo does anyway. As you can see, one shot that Defiant's done for. In fact, what's quite funny is that these cargo ships last longer than a Defiant class ship does, so bad news for whoever designed the Defiant, I guess. Anyway, that's a cargo ship assimilated, so I'm going to disassemble that and try and use its resources for the collective. It's the best way forward, obviously. Sadly, the cube got a little bit overzealous and destroyed everything else, but can't have everything. And we've got the modification centre online now.
Activate all alcoves.
Next thing to build is the advanced assembly matrix, which will allow me to build cubes, but again, very little in the way of restraint going on with the Borg here. This thing is massive. Don't remember it being anywhere near that big in the original game, but hey ho.
Vessel designated for disassembly.
And while I'm at it, I'd better get the technology node up as well, because even though I can't build diamonds on this level, I need the technology node in order to build cubes, so we're going to, a bit of a spaz out there, but we're going to make sure that I can build everything I need to. And I'm just researching the detection grid so that I can see cloaked vessels, because I am certainly going to need that in this mission. And time to crank out some assimilators, because boy are they going to be needed. I'm still building the technology node over here, but we can do that quickly. I'm going to recycle my interceptors and spheres because, well, they're rubbish. I might be able to research regeneration for my spheres this level, but that still doesn't take into account that I don't really want to destroy opposing ships in this level. I want to assimilate them, so why would I use something like a sphere? And I'm going to disassemble it. I was pretty harsh on spheres in Armada 1 as well, and they're just not very good. And as you can see, the cube needs the technology node. But the other thing you might have noticed there is that the cube doesn't actually need that much in the way of metal to build. It only needs about 150 metal to build. So therefore, it's certainly not something that we have to avoid building. And you might notice here that a Romulan warbird has decided to find its way into my base under cloak, and let's see if we can grab it.
The collective must grow.
Okay, that's 4 uh-oh, trouble.
Vessel construction complete.
Real trouble. I need to get that warbird down now, otherwise we're going to have major trouble. And there it goes. So can I keep my base intact now is the major problem, and it looks like it. It looks like the warbirds have decided to abandon ship for the moment. Oh, Shadow class ship. Fortunately it doesn't have any of its special weapons, so it's just really weak. But the Romulans are launching a fairly decently sized assault here. Fortunately, a lot of their ships are still cloaked, so they're just causing themselves trouble at the moment. If they came in not under cloak, then that would make things a lot more difficult for me, because their shields would obviously still be up. But since I can see them, that makes things a lot easier for me. Okay, I can now build cubes, but there's no way I can support it. Unfortunately, one of my assimilators has just decided to go off and get itself killed, which is a bit sad. This warbird has been damaged heavily in the fight. Its engines are knackered. One advantage of the assimilator beam is that I'm just putting some energy cannons down here at the moment, because my advanced assembly matrix is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And uh-oh, here they come. Unassimilated species engaged. Fortunately, they're coming in range of my starbase and they're all going to die. I could try and take that Shadow class vessel, but at the moment I'm a little bit more concerned about simply surviving. Again, warbird attacking when it has absolutely no shields. By your command. And for some reason they're still leaving. Oh, there's my cube. I thought for a minute I'd lost it, but it just randomly appeared there quite nicely. Oh, there's another warbird just sitting there. And finally I'm going to be able to repair this warbird I assimilated earlier. Yeah, one-on-one a warbird's no match for a cube. Okay, so it looks like I've survived that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, 1 cube okay, 2 cubes no. Back off, back off.
Unassimilated
Oh,
species
what happened there?
engaged. Proceed
That
to
looked like I got a really lucky hit in. I think that it can occasionally happen where you get a lucky hit, and I managed to destroy the warbird while its shield was still up.
relocate.
So it looks like I managed to survive that initial problem. Oh, I still have a sphere around, do I? We've got to make sure that doesn't happen. And let's get to replacing all these assimilators. I'm going to need them all.
The collective must grow.
Small ships, they're not going to cause much of a problem.
We
Oh,
have
you
aboard.
annoyance. Oh, that is going to cause
Vessel
problems.
construction
Come here.
complete. The collective is under attack.
No, it ran away.
Unassimilated species
Oh, it's back
engaged.
again. Am I going to get it this
Vessel construction
time?
complete.
Come on. Yes, another warbird. No! No, no, no!
We serve the collective.
Oh my
Activate all
God.
alcoves.
Hive mind my ass.
We require regeneration.
And this is at the point where I finally gave up and once again put them on automatic special weapons. So irritating when that happens, because you have to put your ships at quite a bit of risk in order to do that. And as you can see, here's a little bit of a shortcut in case you didn't know.
Vessel
What you do is
construction
you
complete.
highlight the shipyard and you set it to
Insufficient drones.
I don't think I've got the necessary resources to be doing that yet. But what you do is you highlight the shipyard,
Unassimilated species engaged. Vessel construction complete.
and if you set it to the... There you go, I've finally set them all to advanced special weapons autonomy, and there you go, things suddenly get better.
Comply.
I'm happy destroying one of these warbirds and capturing the other. There you go.
Initiating vessel
No, you're not
construction.
getting away.
Insufficient drones. By your
One
command.
assimilated warbird that can still cloak. But as I said, shortcut you can use with your shipyard that I will be displaying in the very near future. If you highlight it and select a control group, all ships that it produces will go into that control group. And you can also set the AI level of what's coming out of there, and I just set it to produce. I just set everything that comes out of there to be on automatic special weapons.
Insufficient drones.
I'm running really low on crew at the moment, so which isn't helped by the fact I just built a second cube. And in order to mitigate this somewhat, I'm going to spend a lot of minerals and metal on a second nexus. This might seem like a really big investment, but it's just necessary. You can't build enough stuff in this mission without using a second nexus. I suppose what you can do is build a load of assimilators, have them on auto assimilate, and then and then just destroy the dead hulks. And what will happen is any crew that your assimilators pull off the enemy ships will actually be added to your drone pool, because what you essentially do is add them to your drone pool and then you add them back to the ships. And as you can see, that's exactly what I did there with the AI shortcut on that shipyard. So all assimilators that it produces from now on are going to automatically use their assimilation beam rather than think themselves combat vessels. So anyway, I've got a few assimilators here, and what I'm going to do at this point, because I don't want to send detectors out which could trigger a fairly large attack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build expanding... Oh, hello. I'm going to build expanding sensor platforms. And if things go well here, I think I'm about to add 2 warbirds. Oh no, come here. Gimme, 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 gimme. I want more. Excellent. So that's 3 more warbirds added to the fleet, and you just see how much easier it is when you set them to high special weapons. And I think that really is just necessary when dealing with assimilators, because it's just way too hard to micromanage. The way the ships work is a bit dumb. The AI is a bit stupid. Even if you look at a modern game, the AI can sometimes be a bit daft, and this was made 10 years ago, so AI was nowhere near what it is now back then. Anyway, as you can see, I'm up to 16 assimilators now. I'm just building a wedge here. They're essentially the Borg's Iwo Jima class ship, marine ship, but I'm not going to use it. You just have to use it to achieve a mission objective in this. There you go. So now it's just a case of continuing the mission somewhat. Fleet of warbirds and assimilators, I can certainly get behind that. And I'm going to trigger a bit of an attack here. This is what, if a detector comes across a spy satellite, it will trigger an attack, but now I'm in a position where I'm actually quite happy triggering an attack, so here we go. Yes, more warbirds. I'll take these aren't too bad either. To be honest, I'll just take them for the crew, to be fair, off these oh, yeah. Yes, that's it. Keep sending warbirds. Well, at least until I don't run out of energy. I don't want to run out of energy with warbirds around. Keep that Ferengi out of here. There we go, some more warbirds to add to the fleet, and I'm just going to destroy this raptor. It's annoying me now, and I've run out of energy. Whoa, did that Ferengi come in there quickly? That was fast. Got to give them props on that one. That was pretty quick. Okay, as you can see, I've got a fairly good fleet here, and you might have noticed the little gravity well towards the east of the map, and that gravity well is produced by a planet, so that means metal and crew. So I'm going to attack now, and oh look, the Romulans had some ships lying in wait for me. Well, they're all going to die. And so is everyone on the planet. One assimilated planet.
Your command.
I decided to put a planetary shield up. I'm not sure how necessary that is, but there could be some warbirds lying in wait. This orbital platform is hideously damaged, but eventually it'll get back up to full, and that means that I've solved my metal crisis as well. And having two nexuses and a planet now under my control basically means that I'm not going to be hurting for drones either. As you can see, recrewing the planet, my drone count is still going up, so now I can start concentrating on putting some cubes out, and we all know where that ends. No holding beam, but still perfectly acceptable.
Planetary shields are now operational.
Okay, so that means we could...
Grid resources.
One thing goes right and another thing goes wrong, I suppose. Still, 10,000 dilithium's enough to build about 15 cubes, I think, so I don't think that we're going to be in trouble, because we don't face Species 8472, as you might have guessed from Scorpion, and Species 8572 aren't as strong as they were in Scorpion anyway, because unfortunately, as a form of balance into any form of these games, they've pretty much got to nerf races like the Borg or Species 8472, because they were never meant to be played that way. Anyway, I guess it's time, so let's get some cubes coming off the production line, because nothing's better than cubes. Well, maybe there is, but you won't see it in this mission anyway. Oh look, a warbird, just sitting all out on its own. Nothing bad's going to happen to it at all, is it? Yoink! See, this is the fun part of playing as the Borg. This is what's so great about playing as the Borg.
Activate all alcoves.
Just being in an all-out fight like you were against Species 8472 kind of just defeats the purpose. This is what playing as the Borg's all about.
Activate
Stealing other people's stuff, that's what it's all about. Yeah, the orbital platform's still not producing metal, but it will do very shortly. The sad part is that I can't build a recycler in this mission, so I can't even transform some of my dilithium or metal into another thing, but it looks like we're about to come across the second part of this mission.
We serve the collective. Sensors have detected an outpost of indigenous origin. When forces are sufficient, the outpost will be destroyed.
Sufficient forces, you say? Well, does a fleet full of cubes and Romulan warbirds count as sufficient forces? I think that it does. And, ooh! Look what I found. Yeah, welcome to You're Not Going to Last 5 Minutes. Or a warbird. And the thing is, this is the Romulans demonstrating the downside of the cloaking device. They're decloaking right next to my fleet, and as they decloak, the Romulans are absolutely helpless. So I get to shoot at them when they have their shields down. So generally not too intelligent. And I've taken this area, which has a dilithium moon, which is excellent, because I've got to replace the one that I've already mined out. It looks like the Romulans have taken it upon themselves this time to attack my planet, so I'm going to have to stop that. I'm going to let my assimilators take care of that. They haven't been doing much recently. Yeah, the Romulans really don't have a huge amount to resist us with here. I mean, resistance is futile, obviously, but they could at least put up a fight of some description. Limping my assimilator slowly over there, that's going to take some time. And yep, my orbital platform is now fully up and running and producing metal, so go me. Well, it's not my orbital platform, but it's an assimilated orbital platform, so it's as good as. I'm going to send another assembler over there. He's going to limp over there. Taking forever.
Assimilated species engaged.
No, that's a scout. That's not very important. Oh, look, found a found a warbird. More impressively. The reason I can see them is because there's a detector in the area, so I can actually see what they're doing. I'm trying to get my assimilators into play here because I want those warbirds. Not like I haven't got enough forces to beat the level, but as many of you know my playstyle at this point, there's no greater skill than overkill, so therefore I'm going to take as much as I possibly can. Don't really want that shrike, and unfortunately the warbirds got away, so I'm just going to settle for part 2 of the plan, which was to get a resource node here, and that will allow me to start mining dilithium again. I mean, it's not like I don't have 7,000 of the stuff anyway, but might as well keep up some form just in case, I don't know, the Romulans have a what's it called, a Phoenix or something like that that would wreck my cube fleet. But I know quite well from my attack with the Klingons that you don't bank on your opponent not doing something to wipe out your fleet. I still have nightmares about that. But anyway, look at the amount of damage just 2 Borg cubes are doing there. That disruptor beam is incredibly powerful. And yeah, the shadow's going to do completely and utterly nothing and just end up blowing up, so that's fine by me. And we get to finally start mining dilithium again. Excellent. And I'm just going to build a couple of freighters that'll limp over here eventually and start mining as well. I think the Romulans would be a little bit more miffed about us mining on their doorstep pretty much, but obviously they don't have too much against it. Another warbird destroyed, and oh, look what we found. It's the advanced shipyard, and for some reason they lower its shields for I have no idea, but I'm going to take advantage of this situation. And by taking over the advanced shipyard, I've also revealed every Romulan structure on the map, so I know exactly where to attack now. And I also know that this is the only advanced Romulan shipyard, so I'm afraid that the Romulans now cannot produce anything worthwhile whatsoever, and I also have a space on the front lines where I can repair and recrew my ships. Not that I really need to, mind you, this mission is pretty much over. They have 2 shipyards here, and the rest of the base is just, well, just stuff really. So that's about it. I guess that it's time to finish the job on these guys. Let's wait until the advanced shipyard finally gets its shields back up, which it is about to do now, so easy life really. A busted warbird, huh? It's amazing what you find when you're just limping through space. We'll have that, thanks. Its engines are knackered, sure, but doesn't matter, it's now ours. Notice the Borg repair life support really quickly, and that's all that matters, and the warbird will eventually just limp back to base. And I think it's time that we dealt with the rest of the Romulan base, so let's do it. I was harbouring plans of taking over these bases, but I've just got too much firepower being brought to bear, so I'm afraid that it's just all-out destruction's pretty much the way forward now. And I decided to go for the star base first. Just means that I take out all of their mining capability, and I don't really want to get caught in the middle of 3 star bases. 1 or 2 I can probably handle, but 3's a little bit too many. And now just a load of small and useless Romulan ships that are going to end up getting vaporized.
The collective is under attack. By your command.
So yeah, from pretty much nothing we built up a fairly sizable fleet here.
Relocate.
There's another warbird.
Activate all.
This one will eventually limp home. Didn't realise I had another warbird there, but since I've got the output now, let's just build cubes, and lots of cubes. It looks like there's a warbird firing at my orbital mining facility, so say hi to the assimilator fleet.
State objective.
And another warbird under my control.
Initiating vessel construction. We serve the collective.
Okay, so time to mop up, I guess.
Unassimilated species engaged.
Yeah, take out the freighters as well, they deserve it.
Commence attack. Proceed to sector. We serve the collective.
I think it's time to take out the starbase. I'm going to lose some ships here for sure, because you know, starbases might as well be called death fortresses in this game, but there's no way they're going to be able to stop this fleet, even with 2 starbases.
Assimilate this vessel.
So much firepower.
Activate all alcoves.
And as you can see, because I'm building ships, Group 3 just replenishes itself. All I need to do is hit 3 again and I will get more ships. So that's a really neat trick for you guys if you didn't know that worked. That is it's really quite a good trick to use, and that's all the Romulan starbases down as well, so now it's just a case of mopping up what is left of the Romulans, which isn't a large amount. Oh, they had another shipyard here, how quaint. Well, that's dead now too, and here come the backup. So it's not like in, say, StarCraft, where you can assign your buildings to a control group just to make sure that you can build from them. If you assign buildings to a control group in Star Trek Armada, what you actually do is mean that all ships from that building will then go into that control group. Even if they go over the top of the control group, you know, say they're 17th, 18th, 19th, it still remembers that it's in Group 3, so that's quite cool. But anyway, with the Romulans falling, this is about to be the end of this level, and I've quite enjoyed this level. It's been a return to what the Borg are like, and the next mission's even better as far as that goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.
The system has been assimilated.